Welcome. Hello. My name is Tina, and this is Gellert. He's never done a yin class before, and he happened to be off today, so I am going to use him to show some of the poses. So thank you so much. Again, my name is Tina, and today we're practicing yin and restore. So our yin poses will be starting with we'll be holding those for a few moments. If you've got any yoga props, if you've got a bolster or a few blocks or a cat, whatever you have, you can use something similar. Blankets are great, and bolsters, pillows, anything that you would like. As a reminder, this month I am taking my donations and using them to, for the first one, since it's Memorial Day weekend, we'll be having a Memorial Day class for the community, so that'll support that. And also this month, to support teachers, I will be having, for every $20 I make, I'm going to be having a class for the local teachers in town, a restorative yoga class. So let's go ahead and get started. Making sure that everybody can hear me. If you can drop a comment or a heart so I know that you're there, I would certainly appreciate it. It shows that there are a few people here. So hopefully you can hear me. Hello from London, Taylor. So nice to have you here. Let's start out just in a thank you so much for the hearts. Starting off in a gentle seated pose, rolling your shoulders back, your eyes closed, or gently gazing at your cheeks. Starting to become aware of your breath, noticing your inhales and your exhales. Not trying to control them, just letting them be how they're going to be. And breathe. Taking a scan of your body here from the crown of your head all the way down your face to your shoulders, chest, belly, sit bones, your legs and feet. Feeling yourself supported on the ground. Noting all those points of contact between your body and the earth. Knowing that there's nothing else you need to concentrate on or worry about for this next hour except your own practice. As thoughts come and go, allow them to arrive in your mind and then let them release, letting them float away like bubbles. Coming to this space without judgment. And a feeling of safety and security. As you're ready, you can flutter your eyes open. And we'll start our first pose. So, as you're sitting here, take the bottoms of your feet and bring them together. Maybe lean back first and place your hands, and then find where it feels good for your feet to land. And then bring your shoulders back up over your hips and your hands forward. And we'll support your knees here because we'll be here for about, 3 minutes or so. So that has 3 levels, if that's high enough. And then as you exhale here, you can round your spine and fold over. Support yourself wherever feels good for you. And just allow wherever your body is to be in that pose. Allowing your inhales to come through your nose, your exhales to release out of your mouth. If it starts to feel very intense, you can hum or have a bumblebee breath. Bringing your breath to those areas where you're feeling tightness. As your body starts to release, it might start to believe that it's safe. And so you may notice a little bit of a release in your hips. Not forcing anything, just allowing gravity to do the work. About halfway there. Very, very slowly and gently press your hands into the ground and start to bring them closer to your body, to bring your shoulders up, always moving very slowly and gently in yin. Once your shoulders come up, take your hands to the outsides of your thighs and bring your knees together. Supporting yourself. Bring your hands back. And you can separate your feet a little bit and sway your knees from side to side. Very slowly. And then make your way up to a seated position and take a moment to notice the change in your body here. From here, I'm going to come over. Reach your legs out in front of you. And then cross your right knee over your left. Start to bend your foot back towards your hip. So you're trying to stack your knees on top of each other. Wherever that goes for you. And when there's the gap, place a blanket or a block underneath it. How does that feel?
Feels great.
Don't lie, this is your practice. If there's any tension behind your knee, this is also another good place for a blanket.
Okay.
Okay. And then from here, see how it feels to round your spine and fold over and support yourself with the blocks on either side.
This?
Or you can be higher up. It should feel comfortable. Just a little bit of an edge.
Okay.
So for some people, there might be stacked. You fold forward and support yourself. Take a few breaths here, releasing out of your mouth, letting your back fold, chin come toward your chest. Remembering the difference between pain and stiffness. If there's pain, back off. If it's uncomfortable, breathe through it. More than halfway there. Very gently start to press your hands into the ground and bring yourself up Very slowly, shoulders coming over your hips. Moving very slowly, bring your bent leg out. Take a moment to feel the difference between the legs here. Feel okay?
Yes.
Lean back, place your hands behind you, bend your knees, and sway your knees from side to side. And then make your way back up. Cross the other knee over. Should be your left. And let's set this up again. So outstretch this leg. Go ahead and then cross. There you go. And this can be supported here. And then as you're ready, folding forward, maybe using your props to hold your elbows up and let your spine round. If you're up here, that is fine as well. Does it feel okay?
Yeah.
About halfway there, a little over. Start to press yourself up, shoulders coming over your hips. Guide your bent knee out in front of you. Take a moment to notice the difference between your legs, maybe moving your props. Take a breath. Bring your hands back, bend your knees, and windshield wiper back and forth. And then come up and take a seat. Notice the changes in your body. Let everything kind of seep in. And then from here, the next pose, you're going to be lying on your back. So go ahead and lie on your back with your head over that way. So on your right side, you might put your props or a blanket or your blocks. Bend your knees in toward your chest. And then lower your knees over towards your right side and let them drop onto the bolster. You can take this in between your knees or a blanket, if that might feel good. Maybe you'd like to support your shoulder. Does that feel okay?
Am I facing the ceiling or to the right?
The ceiling is fine.
Okay, yeah, it feels fine.
Or you can outstretch your arms. Find what works for you. Gently roll onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Maybe reaching behind your thighs. Hold your chest in. Or your knees in, relax. And then bring your knees on over to the other side. Bring this down so you can support your legs. You can Open up your arms. Want this on this side too?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
Okay.
Yep.
Find a way to get the twist to work for your body. And breathe. Finding ways to bring gentleness into your poses. Very gently start to roll onto your back, bringing your knees up above your body and reaching for your knees. Maybe removing your prop. Reaching for your knees as your knees are in towards your chest. Hands on your knees, making circles to massage your back. And then circles the other direction. Release your feet down to the ground. And sway your legs from side to side. And then come to stillness and take a few breaths here. From here, we're going to come into a supported fish pose. So go ahead and sit up, roll over to one side and press yourself up. Or do that. And then I'm going to place the prop behind you. Going to take your hips right up onto the bolster with your back to the bolster. So turning all the way out, stretching your legs. And if you don't have a bolster, you can use a folded up blanket. Bring your hips right to your prop, lying back, with your legs outstretched, lowering your head down, releasing your arms to the side. You may need to support your head a little bit more if it feels like your neck is coming back too far. So go ahead and release down. Does that feel better?
Uh-huh.
Notice where your body may want some extra props. Maybe you want something underneath your ankles. Coming into this restorative pose, we'll be here for close to 10 minutes. Does this feel okay on your back right here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you like an eye pillow?
I would. All right. Good night.
Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Slowly start to bend your knees so that they're pointing up toward the sky. Your feet are down on the ground. And then as you exhale, roll over to your right side, coming off of your props very gently. Press yourself up to a seated position. And sit and feel that difference with that pose for a moment. And from here, go ahead and turn toward your bolster. So turn around. So this is my bolster. Facing your bolster. And your knees to the outside of your bolster. And there's a couple different options here. You can come into the supported child's pose. Your knees, you're kneeling on your knees. Knees come to the outside of the bolster. And then you'll be bringing your hips back towards your feet as you fold forward. And you're going to be hugging onto this bolster. So I'm going to raise this for you and also add a blanket. See how it feels to release your hands to the side or to hug the bolster. Find where it feels comfortable for you. Can you bring the tops of your feet to the ground? I'm also going to, no, sorry, tops of your feet. Lower your, lower your seat, the tops of your feet, yeah.
Okay.
And lower your seat down. How does that feel?
It feels okay.
Okay. Maybe you could turn your head to one side or place your forehead down.
Okay.
Okay. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Slowly start to press yourself up. Come on over to your hip. So bringing your hips over to one side so you can come back to a regular seated position. Take a breath here. And then from here, you're going to bring your hips. So you bring your hip to the side of your prop and then bring your feet up the prop. So you'll be lying back with so swing your legs around. No, your legs. Legs up.
These legs?
Those legs. And up to here and lower your head down. Having a pillow underneath your head. Sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
And if you don't have the blocks for an incline, you can bring your legs onto your bolster and lie back. Or you can bring your knees up onto your couch and lie back that way. to come into your final Shavasana, you can stay here with your legs up, or you can choose to gently roll over to your side, remove your props, and lie back, maybe rearranging your bolster to have it crosswise under your knees if that feels good. Coming into your final resting pose here. Do you want to lie on your back or your side?
Side.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. begin to lengthen out your breath. Maybe press each fingertip into your thumb, noticing an increased awareness of a quiet mind. I invite you to rotate your wrists and your ankles, wiggle your fingers and toes, and maybe roll your head from side to side, bringing movement back into your body and bringing your mind back into this space with us together. As you're ready, curl up onto one side into a fetal position for a last moment of quiet and stillness, to thank yourself for making it to the mat today, for allowing yourself to stretch and to release and relax, and to remember that time at rest is never wasted. As you're ready, begin to press yourself up to a seated position with your hands heart center, bowing toward your fingertips to close out our practice. It was truly my honor to guide you through this restorative and yin practice today. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful weekend. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us today. This was a little experiment, so I appreciate your grace, and thank you so much for your donations. Like I mentioned in the beginning, our donations are going toward having a community class for Memorial Day on Monday, and I'm also going to be, for every $20 I receive, I'll get a restorative class together for local teachers. I worked with the teachers at schools this year, and I can see how hard they work and how they really need a restorative practice, and I'm hoping to bring that to them. So if anybody has any questions or anything, I would really like to hear from you in the chat. If there's anything else that you would like to see on my page on this app, I would appreciate any feedback. I want to thank my husband for being a good sport. This was his very, very first yin and restorative practice. And so hopefully I wasn't too hard on you.
No, I feel great.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. You know, we're still newlyweds. We've only been together for 16 years.
Almost 17.
Almost 17. So this was new. I mean, I've always been into yoga, but he is more into, doing the weights and the cardio and stuff, and which I need to, but sometimes it's nice just to allow yourself to relax and release and let it go. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I want to be respectful of your time. We're just over an hour, but thank you again. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And thank you, Taylor. Thank you so much. If you have anything else, I am so grateful for all of you. And I believe that there is another restorative on the schedule for next week already, but I will be adding more. I always add a class when I receive donations and mention the people's names, so I can show my support and gratitude for those that keep me going here on this app. So I'm going to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Gellert. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.